Healthy plants begin with healthy soils, and of course that starts with what you have to work with. This is soil that was excavated out of a location where construction took place, and you can see that we have heavy clay chunks, we have a little bit of loam. The beauty of this pile, however, is that the forces of nature have already started to go to work in breaking up these big clods and chunks. If you're fortunate enough to be able to work with soil that has not been impacted by construction, you'll have a whole different preparation process in front of you to be able to get a good garden growing. One of the things that's most damaging to the composition of soil is construction practices. And while it's impossible in most cases to do construction without using heavy equipment, the difficulty is that compaction occurs, all of the pore space between those soil particles gets shoved out. You end up with essentially something that is anaerobic, or certainly doesn't allow the movement of water and nutrients to get down into the soil. Air is an essential component of a healthy soil, and that compaction forces that air out of the soil profile. Deleterious materials, which are all of those things that don't belong in the soil, add yet another layer of difficulty to making that work for a landscape. To do it right, you really want to dig your garden in the fall of the year, by hand. It's a lot of work, a lot of sweat equity, but what it does is it ends up with big chunks and clods, and then the forces of nature, freeze, thaw, all of that moisture in the winter can help break those clods down. Then in the spring of the year, spread your compost, which is always a great addition to any garden soil, and till it in very gently without trying to compact the soil. That will end up with an excellent planting bed, and you'll be ready to go when the spring hits. Remember not to work the soil when it's too wet, whether it's spring or fall, and if you do it properly, you're going to end up with a wonderful, healthy environment filled with earthworms.